Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be assessing the damage on the Hyundai. I'm going to make a list of what I need, what's damaged, what I can repair, and what needs replaced. So, I'm going to get after it. Now, the battery is dead because the trunk light stays on, but we can work on it right here, and we can't get it in the shop anyway because the Jeep's there. But I'm gonna get a couple things and get going. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm gonna start here on the front by removing the headlights. I'm gonna remove both headlights, just to 10 mils up top. As you can see here, both of mine are broken, and then there's another up under here. So I'm gonna get this loosened up, get it moved out of my way so I can get to that bottom one, which is probably broken too. But I'm gonna get to that real quick so we can start getting this bumper off. Alright, so I removed the ratchet strap that I had holding the bumper on, and then ended up having to cut this clip right there, and drop this side of the bumper down. Now, most of my clips are gone on this car here, I guess from the collision, but well, most of them are still here. They just pulled through the bumper, and I had to break that one because it was stripped out. But you can see those are gone. That one was there, that one's gone, and those just pulled right through the bumper. Now the headlight is wedged in there with this bracket, and wedged in here from the fender right here, so it is still stuck. So next thing I'm going to do is remove this fender. I don't know if I'm going to try to fix this fender or just replace it. This is the only damage on it besides this bracket and this little kink right there, but that should be pretty easy to fix. Now I am putting all my bolts back where they go, so be sure to do that, or put them in some kind of a bolt bin or something like that. Now these fender bolts are also 10 millimeter, so I'll just take the impact, buzz all those off. From what I can understand from the research that I did yesterday, while it was raining, there should be 3 up here, 1 down here, 2 right there, which I'm assuming aren't there because that piece is broken, and then some clips in the fender liner, some Christmas tree clips, and that should be it. But I will, after I get this off, I'll show y'all what all I had to do to get the fender off. Alright guys, little progress. Had 3 bolts on the top. 1 was right by the hood, and then there's 1 right here. And looking down through here, I don't see any more, but I know there's going to be 1 on the very bottom, and then the oh, what do you want to call it, fender well. But I thought I would show y'all real quick just how clean this car is. This thing's 01. Let me set that right there. But this thing is 01, and this thing is clean. It's got a little bit of dirt right there from me getting in it a while ago, but this thing's clean, especially for 01. Now it does only have 131,000 miles, or 133 or something like that, but battery's dead, like I was talking about a while ago. I'm gonna take it out, probably and get it charged up. But I mean, like, even the seats are clean. Also gonna get these, get those removed. This thing come from USAA. That's who I bought it from, technically, through COPART insurance company. But I'll show y'all another thing real quick. I did get one of the headlights out. That one's wedged in there like I talked about. But I did get the driver's side out. What I had to do, this thing had 3 little clips, and you can raise this up, and there was one bolt way down in there, just a 10mm. take the bulbs out, or I unclipped the headlight and took that bulb out. In the rear, I got curious, just started taking stuff apart, but got that tail light out. All I had to do was unclip the wiring or the bulbs, and left these little studs in this, and there's another one. All you gotta do, pull this back, and there's little nuts on each one of those. So that ain't a big deal. Take this little piece off, which is right there. There's the headlight. I'm gonna put everything back here. I also removed the weather stripping and the antenna, but it's coming on along. I don't know if I'm gonna try to take the deck lid off yet, but it will have to be replaced because it is twisted. I don't know if y'all can see that it kind of slopes downhill, but when you try to shut it, it hits. And we've still got a good ways to go over here. And this side, just a little gap, maybe a 1 finger gap over here. So this is going to have to be replaced, or at least straightened. But then if you straighten it, you still got a buckle, a crease right there, and then another buckle and some other little damage, and then you have another buckle right there. So I'm probably going to go to the junkyard, see if I can find one of these, but I want to get an idea of what all I need before we do that. So also this right here that I talked about, y'all can see now how it's just pushed back. I'm going to try to bend this out. This is not real thick. I can pull on it and bend it. So I'm going to try to take like the come along or a winch or something. Might take the winch on the 420 and just back it up, but I'm going to try to do something with that. Just see what we can do, you know. I got most of these clips popped out and the bumper is loose back here. Got to figure out how to get it loose up here, figure out what's holding it on. But to do that, I got to jack it up. And my floor jack currently has a Jeep transmission sitting on it, so that will probably be another day. But it's coming along. Got to get all these paint markings scraped off right there and on the windshield. But coming along, coming along. You can see the fender is pretty loose right now, but we still got to do a little bit more. So I'm gonna get working and I'll update y'all here in a bit. Alright guys, so I got the styrofoam impact bar, whatever you want to call it, removed up front, and then as you can see, got the fender removed and the old bumper is also removed. So pretty much this is what we got going here. So what I had to take off, I had 2 bolts at the bottom of the bumper. I had 1 right here. I had 3 right there. 1 that attached the the fender to the wheel well, and then 2 right there for the mud flap. So that was about it. And then, you know, if your fender liner wasn't broke like mine is, you would have to do a couple other things down here to remove the bumper. I had 2 bolts up here, 2 clips down there, and then I had 1 bolt back here behind the headlight, and then all of the little plastic clips. So now that I have everything off up here, I can look and assess of what all I need. You know, stuff like this little bracket right here, that needs bent back out and things like that. A couple of the brackets need rebent, but so far it looks like all I need up here anyways is 1 headlight, a bumper, and a fender. But I think I can fix that fender, so we shall see. And then maybe a liner, a fender liner, because down there it's supposed to be 1 solid piece. But looks pretty clean. Got some surface rust right there, but nothing terrible, you know. There's no holes in it, just a little bit of surface rust. The rockers are clean, the doors are clean, the bottom of the fender is clean. So I think we're good as far as rust. Now what I'm going to do, also as you can see, I did tape up the door edges, the pillar, and all along the hood right there to keep scratches to a minimum. I also did the same thing over here where the bumper was. Just make sure I didn't scratch anything or anything like that. But I believe this is all on the front. All the brackets and stuff looks good. The crash bar looks fine. I think the big damage to this car of why it was totaled is that kink in the back in the trunk area. But like I said, I think I can take like the 420 or the white truck, blue truck, whatever, and pull it out. Or we can take a come along to a tree and do that kind of deal. But it isn't nothing real big. Also, after looking at it, looks like we need some radiator mounts, because the radiator is kind of loose right here. Looks like that mount's just pulled through the bottom. It's not a real big deal. So now there's that styrofoam piece I talked about. But now I think what I'm going to do is pull the trunk lid off, and if nothing else, to get an idea of how bad it's bent. I've been removing the tape that the junkyard put on it to keep it held down because it doesn't latch. I did find why the trunk light was staying on, and I did unplug that. So I think the next step is I'm going to remove this tail light, the bumper, and possibly the deck lid. So I'm going to get going, guys, and I'll update y'all here in a bit. Alright guys, so pull the rear bumper off on this side anyway, and see, this is one of the things I talked about why I wanted to pull it apart, because this bracket is rusted out. Here's the other piece of it, but down here I had 3 bolts down there, 1 bolt right here, and then all those clips. And also another thing is the styrofoam connector piece, or whatever you want to call it, is also cracked all along there and there, and there's a piece of it laying right there. So that's why I wanted to pull everything apart before I got anything for the car. I want to make a note of everything. Well, now I have a video to look back on of what all I need, and especially things like this little bracket right here. So, but also got the taillight out, 3 bolts, little bolts. I don't have my ratchet. 3 bolts. They are 5/16. You'll have one here, here, and here, and then there's one pin, and the taillight will come out. There's a plug inside here, which is right there. You can unplug it and just take the whole thing out with the little grommet. So, but I'm going to continue pulling this bumper off and see what all I still need to get. Okay guys, so just finished pulling the rear bumper cover off, and here we are. So again, like I was saying, this is the main reason why I wanted to pull the bumper off. As you can see, the crash bar fiberglass is toast. So but now I know I need to look for a crash bar, a bumper, a bumper absorber. I'm not going to replace this quarter. I'm just going to try to beat that back out a little bit, get up behind there and pull it out. I need to look for a fender, look for a front bumper. The front crash absorber is fine for the front, and that is it, other than that headlight and that tail light. So it does have a dent right here and a little bitty one, little dent right there, but that's not no big deal. I'm not going to worry about that. Also, I do need to look for a deck lid. So all around, looking at about $400 worth of parts with paint. So not too bad, not too bad. So all said and done, have maybe $1,000 in the little car, if I count my time for anything. So it's not bad. I need to get the paint code, and when I paint the bumper and the fender, we will blend the paint in so it won't look like two completely different colors, because paint does fade. If I painted this fender the same color as this hood right now, this fender would not match that hood. It's just the way that paint fades. So it would have to be blended, which is not a real big deal. You just, like this door, for example, if you painted that fender, you would blend your base coat to about here, and then re-clear the whole door and just blend it in a little bit at a time. So it ain't a real big deal. It can be done pretty easily. But guys, I'm going to end the video up here. I still want to check a few things, get all these auction stickers off, get the paint markings off and all that kind of thing. But guys, if you liked today's video, something a little bit different, but if you liked today's video, please leave a like and comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and also do something a little bit different. Share this video with your friends, family, whoever. I'm trying to grow the channel. I want to hit 1,000 subs by around the middle of the year. So that is a goal. Let's see if we can do it. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all have a great day.